Hello, everyone. My name is Slappy Burger, and welcome back to my journey through Minecraft. So, to start off, I kind of goofed up. I was not recording, and I did a few things. Nothing too crazy. The thing over there is that really long strip of cobblestone coming out from the side of the box there. That's the thing I did off camera. Um, I guess when I clicked the record button, I didn't actually click the record button. Oops. Anyways, yeah, I found out that we have the first, you can see yourself from the front view now. So that's pretty cool. I did not know that I had access to that. But we're still in beta 1.9 pre-release 4. And this episode, I think we're going to be doing stuff to be updated to 1.0 by the next episode. But there is some things we have to do in this version as well as the next couple of versions before we can get to that point. So right now, I used a mist to kind of find a nice big snow biome because I need ice. And with the ice, we're going to be doing something rather interesting that you can do, I think, only in this version. I'm not entirely sure if it's just this version, but this is the first version that you can really do it in. But in order to get ice without tearing up the special terrain ice that's in our world, we need to get to a biome that naturally generates ice. And unfortunately, our little bit of land that we're on is actually a decently sized island that conveniently all of the snow biomes are within old chunks. Like I literally went to every single place that a snow biome would be on our little island, and come to find out, it's all already generated. So we don't have snow. And like I said, I don't want to mess with the ice that's currently on that's already generated, because that ice has like these weird generation glitches and bugs in it that you can't normally find in future versions. So yeah, basically I need to go out. Let's see, it's 1176 blocks on the negative on the z axis, so we still have quite a bit of ways to go. But I have some obsidian with me so we can make a portal once we get over there. And I think this episode, part of the things that we'll do today is we're going to begin on something of a nether hub. At least we're going to set up like the beginning area of it, like just the main like portal area thing, like the primary one, the one that leads to our base. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today, at least at first. There are some things that we can mess with after we get done with this, but for now we're just going to be going to that snow biome and working on a nether hub. So I'll come back once that, or at least once, I'll come back once we get to the snow biome. How about that? Okay, so that's interesting. Holy crap. Okay. Is this the actual structure, or is this this like one of the pillars for it? I was not expecting that. I was literally mining through a wall along the z-axis here to find this. Very clearly another fortress. Now this was added in beta 1.9 something, and blazes were added as well. I think I'm just going to tunnel through this part, but this is something that we're definitely going to check out later in this episode. This is a very, very cool find. So yeah, this does look like it is just the like one of the support leg beam things. There's more here. What's going on here? Does this lead up into it? Or is this another beam of some sort? Oh, this does lead up into it. Oh, I'm curious. What's in here? Is there anything interesting in here? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll keep that in mind. We'll make a little way up into here right here, and then we'll come check this out in full in a little bit. Okay. guess we keep, well, there we go. And there's a blaze spawner. So that's kind of interesting. Oh, this is actually a very big fortress. I don't know if this is the same fortress as the one that I found earlier, but it's definitely a big nether fortress. This is crazy. Wow. Okay. And we came out, what, like, yeah, like right here? So that's pretty cool, actually. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's the same one as the one that I found earlier, but we might have to make a stop for the Nether highway in possibly both of these, because this is cool. Now, obviously, wither skeletons aren't in this version yet, but or in this game at this point, but if we can find another fortress, that's good, because when the wither does get added and wither skeletons with it, we can get those. And on top of that, we need those blaze rods for all sorts of things. So those blaze rods will definitely be useful in the future. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but I am doing something at least slightly different with my microphone for this episode. And because it's with my microphone and I'm testing it through an entire full-length video, it better sound good. If it doesn't sound good or it sounds worse, there's not really much we can do about it. Yeah, I am testing audio difference again. The world would be a much better place if I could like figure out how to make my audio sound good 24/7 right off the bat. It's like every single tweak I make, one person's like, oh, it sounds so much better. And then another person's like, wow, this sounds terrible. So hopefully this sounds a bit better, but I guess we'll see. So hopefully it does sound good though. So this block right here should be where we need to build the portal. And I guess we need to make it at least this big. We'll start with this for now, and this will be more than fine. Gosh, my inventory's completely loaded with netherrack. Jeez. Okay. So we just gotta do this, and then do this, and light it, and this should, fingers crossed, take us into a snow biome. Oh, nice. Okay, well, it's kind of a weird spot to put it, but yeah, it did generate us. We did spawn in a snow biome, so we can drop just all of this junk over here. We don't need any of this. We don't need any of this netherrack. I'll keep the nether brick. Nether brick's cool. Does that mean I can smelt netherrack now? I don't know. But we should be able to. Yep. We can mine ice. Now, this is the Silk Touch Fortune pick, and I'm going to mine a lot of ice. I don't know how much of this I'll actually, like, officially need, but I am going to mine a lot of it. And as you can see, it actually refreezes really fast. And also, it doesn't completely break the water, which I think it does in current versions. Now, I believe in this version, you're not actually supposed to be able to harvest ice with a Silk Touch pick. Feel free to correct me on that if you know. Let me know if you're supposed to be able to do this or not, but I believe you're not supposed to be able to. I believe technically this was against the rules at the time. You weren't supposed to harvest ice, but here we are. We're harvesting ice, right? So that's pretty cool. Now, we probably don't need this much, but I'm going to mine a ton of this, and then we'll kind of move on to the weird stuff we can do with this ice. So I basically filled up my inventory with ice, and we're going to go ahead and go back to the base, I suppose. Just got to run super far. And actually, let's go ahead and check out that nether fortress. Actually, we'll check out the nether fortress once we go back to the base, because I need a sword and some armor before I start messing around with the blazes and the blazes. That's really about it. I think there's really only blazes and maybe some zombie pigmen here and there. All All right, guys, we're back in the Nether. I made myself some tools and some armor. And yeah. Now, before we're going to go check out the Nether fortress thing, but before I do that, I want to show you why ice is special. Now, it's pretty, you probably can already kind of figure where this is going, but if I break this, I don't even need to break it. Yeah, so you can get, what is it? Ice, water in the Nether by placing ice in this version and breaking it, and it'll just turn into water, which is really interesting. I want to say there's various other versions where you can get water in the Nether through various means, but this is definitely one of the more interesting ones and one of the easier ones to do that don't require us stealing stuff out of the those chests over there, because I do believe those water blocks that are in those chests at spawn actually can place water in the Nether in this version. I know they can in beta 1.6, but I'm not sure about this version, if they work in this version. But yeah, that's a really cool thing that you can do, is place water in the Nether, and we're definitely going to be doing some stuff with that. I was kind of thinking maybe making the Nether hub just full of water, just a lot of water in there, so you know, you walk in, you're like, why is there water inside of the Nether in the Nether hub? I think that would be pretty cool to do, and I think this is really the only version that we can do it. So if we're going to build water fixtures in our Nether hub, then we need to go ahead and do it now and make sure it looks perfect now before we update. And that water will actually stay there in future versions as long as it's not updated, I believe. So in this version, you can update it once it is placed in the Nether, but I do believe in future versions, if it is placed and, you know, say you place a torch, it'll all update and it'll all evaporate. So we need to make sure it looks perfect right now. But for now, let's go ahead and make our way back to the Nether fortress we found. And let's kind of explore that a little bit. Not much has changed since they were added to and compared to today. So it's going to be a pretty familiar experience for most of y'all, I would imagine. All right, let's get on down here. And I guess first I need to make sure these guys can actually spawn. Let's first check out the blazes here. Now, I do believe in this version, blaze farms are the most efficient XP farms you can make. I'm not really too interested in making one right now because it is a much more convoluted process than making, say, you know, just okay, well, that's not very helpful if you go all the way over there now, is it? Be nicer if there was one kind of indoors. But yeah, they don't really have the sounds that they normally have yet. Like when I hit it, it just kind of didn't really make a noise. It just kind of, holy. Oh wait a minute. This can be our how we survive these guys. Oh, that's just lovely. Maybe I should have brought a bow. I'm gonna be fighting. You know what? Hold on. Well, let's go see if we can't find one that's kind of encased by walls so I can actually fight these guys. My God. Well, this goes nowhere. But yeah, the Nether fortresses in this version are pretty similar to what they always have been, and what they are now. Wow, that was loud and scary. Yeah, really the only major difference is that now they spawn with, all right. Now they spawn with wither skeletons as well. So wither skeletons can spawn in modern fortresses. Now I want to see if I can get this guy to drop blaze rod. We haven't had one yet, which is actually pretty surprising. I should have dropped one, but that's sketchy. I'll just get down from there. But yeah, I want to see if these guys drop blaze rods. I'm pretty sure they do, and we should also be able to find nether wart in here as well. So soul sand has more use than it did previously, where it simply just made you walk slower. And our armor is taking a crazy beating, but look at that. And it makes blaze powder. So we can make brewing stands now, and I don't believe they have a use in this version of the game. quite yet. Or no, they do have a use now. The potions actually kind of act as potions now. But you don't have to use blaze powder to fuel them. It's just, you know, you don't have to use blaze powder to fuel them. So now you can just make potions without having to worry about additional blaze rods to charge the thing. But let's see if we can't find somewhere with some nether wart in this fortress. That would be really cool and awesome if it did have some. And I hear my best friend, the ghast, my favorite thing ever. I don't know if ghasts are still stupid in this version where they can survive an absolute beating. I know armor is still stupid because my armor's just getting shredded. But actually, has it lost any protection? Has my armor bar gone down at all since I've taken hits? I don't actually know. I might need to pay attention to that next time because I don't actually know. Let's see. That looks like something that might have nether wart in it over there. So let's go in there. How do we get over there? Let's see. Oh, the way I came from, of course. Oh, well, you know what? Just do this. I need to eat. Still no eating sounds. Don't know why that's not. I mean, all right. This is why I hate the nether. And we're getting shot at by gas. Just lovely. And this isn't even the nether wart building. This is like the lava fountain building thing. I can't really tell if this fortress has any. Let's go ahead and get back to our there's that other fortress that we have as well. Let's go ahead and go back to that one and see if that one takes us into anything interesting. That's either a blaze spawner or that's the room I'm looking for. I think it's a blaze spawner. It is a blaze spawner. Well, that's amazing. That's great. Okay. I just want nether wart. It looks like this fortress doesn't have any nether wart either. Well, that, okay. Well, we'll find nether wart some other time. But yeah, we have nether fortresses now. That's pretty cool. And I did go this way already. Yeah, and I checked in there. Nothing in there. Wow. Kind of disappointing, but we'll find nether wart eventually. It's not the end of the world that we can't find nether wart. Now that it's time to kind of, you know, work on the nether highway, I've gathered up all these resources. This should be enough to kind of cover everything. So we're going to have the stone bricks, the ice to obviously do water, and then glass. And I kind of want to have like some windows out into the thing, like kind of looking out into the nether. And what happened to my my Silk Touch fortune pick? Where'd it go? I put it somewhere it's not supposed to be. Hold on. That's kind of freaky, actually. I don't want to lose that. That's a very very expensive and took extremely long time to get. I better have just misplaced it somewhere. I better not have done anything stupid. I was smelting a bunch of stuff. Maybe I put it in one of these by accident. I don't. You can do that. These wouldn't. Yeah. I'm gonna come back when I find it. I had to have misplaced it. There's no way I just like lost it. So I'll come back when I find it. I was doing a bit of okay. That was weird. I was doing a bit of mining off camera as well, so it's not in any of these chests, then it could be I'm gonna cry if it's gone. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually gonna cry. It took so unbelievably long to grind the mobs to get this thing, and on top of that, it like Enderman broke the mob grinder. So I would have to go. I'm at like a genuine loss for words right now. There's no way, right? Like, did I drop it down here? I'm gonna have to go watch old footage. There's no way that this pickaxe just genuinely just like disappeared from me. Well, I figured out what happened to my pickaxe, and yes, this is indeed the pickaxe that had all the enchantments on it. So I went digging and I looked up online, had to go through old forum threads and such. Turns out there's a bug where if you have an enchanted item in a chest and you break the chest in this version, the item will lose its enchantment. I had this pickaxe in the chest right here as I was initially getting the resources together. And when I moved it into the nether, I just broke it with it in there. And of course, it lost its enchantments. And because of how long ago I backed up the world, even though it was technically after I had gotten this thing, I have done too many things throughout the world to want to actually go back and reset that save. So looks like I'm back to the grind again, back at the mob grinder, which is unfortunately broken by Enderman, so I get to fix that as well. But I'm gonna start doing that so I can get another one again. And this time I'm gonna put it in the chest in the museum, and I'm not going to touch it ever again because I'm not dealing with that. I have to wait for these. I have to get to like basically level 50 in order to get this thing to enchant to the level I want. And I'm only at level 5, so it's going to take a long time. I'm actually really pissed off right now. That actually really made me upset. So, yeah, I guess now I know. And I wish it had done it to this one because this one didn't take 50 levels to get up. So, oh my God. Well, yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll make that. I guess I'll make the thing, the Nether hub after that. It's really awesome. It's really awesome that that happened. I'm so happy, guys. I'm so happy. That took absolutely forever, but we have it again. And what made it even worse was that I accidentally made this pickaxe at one point, but I was like, it's so good, I might as well keep it. So, you know, it's whatever. So I guess we'll just keep going until we get something of equal value. I genuinely can't believe I did that too. Like, that was just absolutely insane that I did that. And I mean, honestly, it technically wasn't even really, I guess technically it is my fault, but you know, what can you do? You know, I didn't know that that was a bug in this version, and now I do. If you break a chest with your enchanted tools in it, it'll just reset the enchantments. And that was the worst level 48 enchantment I've ever seen in my life. Wow. I have a backup of the world that I'm just going to use for this. So we'll just reset until we get something of equal-ish value of to what we had originally. So let's keep doing it. That took so long. Like, I kid you not, that almost took an hour to get. And it is the exact same one we got when we first did it. Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just immediately put this thing in its chest in the museum, and we're not going to be touching that like ever again. And I guess it's raining. I've been doing it for so long, it started raining. Wow. Oh, okay, now we can start working on the Nether hub that I was going to work on. And Jesus. Okay. Yeah, we'll just start working on the Nether hub because that's we're not going to worry about the immense amount of time it took to get that freaking pickaxe. I did turn the game audio all the way down just so I wouldn't have to listen to this Nether portal screaming in my ear the whole time. But I have like something of a idea for this. But first we just need to take down this outer shell. I kind of want to put like 4 in Nether portals in the center of the room here. And I actually don't really want to move the room all that much. I mostly want it to still kind of be on this ledge thing that we have going on here. We just kind of have to not necessarily work around it. We might have to work around the water I just placed up there. I just realized that we might have to work around that. But we shouldn't have to mine out too much. We will have to mine out some no matter what. But yeah, we're going to start with adding a few more nether portals in. And I guess the question is what orientation do I want them to kind of have? Would I rather it? I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. And I'm kind of thinking maybe putting the nether portal, like putting another one right here, and then another one like right here, and then another one right there. So there's like this like little 2x2 area in the middle that's not nether portal, but I'm still not entirely sure how I want this thing to look. Well, let's just kind of keep working on this and then seeing what'll come to us. Now, I know we'll be able to light all of these, but the question is do all of these link up the same way to the nether portal in the overworld? So this one right here, this front one, is the first one that was here. So let's, I don't know, let's just try going through the back one here. And I believe it should link up to the same one, right? Yeah. So yeah, as long as they all link up to the same one, it should be fine. I want this to kind of be the main central hub area. And now we're going to go ahead and clear out a lot of netherrack. So yeah, more than likely we are going to have to just get rid of this water. But we have plenty of ice, so we don't have to worry about that becoming a problem. We're definitely not going to run out of water for this build in particular. So I'm going to knock out this wall quite a bit. And then I'll continue to kind of think about how I want it to look. It's not going to have a super intricate design. It's going to be pretty basic, but I would like it to at least kind of, you know, I want the water to be like the major thing here. I want the water to be all over this sort of nether hub thing that I'm making here. So, yeah, we'll just kind of knock out this stuff quite a bit, and then we'll figure out a look for this thing. I don't know if other people can see it, but the fog is causing like an odd flashing effect on my side. And I'm looking at OBS and I can't really see it, but there's just like this constant like flashing from the from the fog. It's like crazy. Oh my god, it's Herobrine. It's Heroin. He's here. Anyways, what I'm thinking is it's right now it goes out 7 blocks. Like at least in this mined out area, and we're going to go out 7 blocks for all of the other things as well. But this is kind of what I was thinking at first, was we would have these like paths here made out of stone brick that will go 7 blocks out in every direction. This should be 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And then in each direction, we'll have these extending out 7 blocks. And then in between all of these, we'll have like glass level with the stone bricks here. And then underneath the glass, we'll have our water blocks. And that's what I'm kind of thinking for the like the general hub area. And then maybe putting like glowstone above the stone bricks, like on the ceiling. And then maybe we could have like some sort of like water like coming down from the ceiling. And then on the sides that are exposed to, you know, the outer nether here, we'll have those have like windows on them, whereas these ones will be probably just stone brick. But that's what I'm kind of thinking for this. So we will have this one, obviously, that's going to go connect to the stuff that's over there, like the snow biome and all that. And the nether fortresses. And then these guys will go hopefully somewhere eventually, right? We could maybe connect our staircase up to the nether roof here. And I am tempted to see when we're able to actually get up and start building on the nether roof. Obviously, we have access to it, but we're not able to build up there yet. But I haven't tested it in these versions yet. So there is the possibility that we can build up there now. But I don't believe that pigmen drop gold nuggets yet. And a blaze farm can only be made inside of a stronghold. So there's not really much reason to actually go up there quite yet. And I think also we might as well just go ahead and make a big stone brick ring kind of around the thing here, because that's going to be like where the wall is. So it'll go out 7 blocks, but the wall itself is going to be 8 blocks out. So we need it to go 1 more block beyond these here. And then this will make it easier to actually build everything else, because then we'll have our general outline and grid of all this stuff. So we'll do that. And then I guess kind of 1 corner at a time, we'll get the water installed into each of the corners. So the second layer we're mining out right here is going to be where the water is going to go. So we need to mine out an additional layer below that to fill up with, what's it called? Stone brick. I would like the whole like main structure itself to be made of stone brick. So we'd have to go ahead and just place these walls back down, and then we'll go down 1 more level. And then that will be where the floor underneath the water will go. And then we just have to rinse and repeat this for every side. And some of them obviously don't have, or some of the sides, I mean, corners, whatever you want to call them, don't have all this netherrack underneath them. So it's a little bit more dangerous, but it shouldn't take as long to do. With this, we can put all of the ice down, and we should be able to just punch this stuff and it'll turn into water. Yep, perfect. So like I said, we just do this for each side, and then once we break all the ice, we'll put the glass in. Then we will be able to finish the rest of it, and then we can start working on the walls. And then this was the general finished product that we'll get. Now, obviously, right now, it's kind of hard to see that there's water down there unless you really like come up to it and kind of look through. We love the old glass texture, you know. Old glass texture is awesome. Yeah, this is kind of what each corner is going to look like. And I was kind of thinking about it. I'm going to get all of the other corners completed first, but maybe it might be cool to kind of mirror it on the roof as well. And then have a, maybe like some like water columns coming down from the roof into the corners of the corners. It's like right here, there'll be a water thing coming down into another big water roof on the top as well. Really hammering in the fact that there is water in the nether. That's what the whole point of this build is. So but yeah, for now we're going to go ahead and finish up the rest of these corners, and then maybe finish the walls, and then we'll worry about the roof and all that. After a bit of inventory organizing and finishing up the rest of these, we can now move on to the roof, which I have conveniently kind of started. Now, like I said, I think we're just going to mirror essentially what we have on the bottom floor onto the roof. So we'll start with just making our little, I guess, pathways here. Actually, I shouldn't place these down yet because these are going to be glowstone. So that means we're definitely going to have to go get more glowstone. That is the terrible Sisyphonian cycle of my series, is having to go get glowstone. So I guess we're going to have to go get glowstone. I'm going to feel like Sisyphus for a little bit, go mine a bunch of glowstone to hopefully satiate my needs of glowstone for the foreseeable future. But ultimately, we're inevitably going to have to go back and get more glowstone. But actually, because I'm thinking about it, where the nether fortresses and stuff are, there might actually be some easy to grab glowstone over there. So we might just need to go ahead and start over there. I don't know. I'm going to go get more glowstone. We'll finish this guy up, and then I don't know what we'll do. We're going to finish the roof, get the walls installed. We will be golden, just absolutely golden. As I've been kind of, collecting the glowstone, look what I found. I couldn't find this earlier, but can now. And we did. And this right here is all we need, really. Yeah, I just kind of came across another Nether fortress. This one is absolutely massive, by the way. But I came across another one, and just happened to be some Nether wart inside of them. Now, I don't know if thinking about it, because I didn't see any in the other two that we explored, but I don't believe chests actually spawn inside of these fortresses yet. So that is kind of unfortunate, but at the same time, I guess it's kind of interesting. I mean, really, at this point, there's not really anything we could get out of those chests that we probably wouldn't already have. I think maybe the only thing would be a golden apple or something like that. But yeah, I don't think chests spawn in here unless I happen to come across one, in which case I'll jump back to it. But yeah, we did find our Nether wart. We found 20 of it, so that's good. We're going to start farming that when we get back, and yes, we'll just keep looking for glowstone, because like I said, even though this is more than enough for what I'm trying to do with the Nether hub, I would like to have more to live on. So keep mining. I'm gonna go ahead and let this Nether wart just kind of start growing while we're building this thing. And I got 4 stacks of glowstone. That's definitely enough for what we're doing here, and that should be enough to live on for at least a little bit. I'm going to be honest, probably not for very long. There's probably a good chance that we're going to run out of glowstone in, honestly, let's be so for real, probably the next build. Like somewhere in there, in that time frame, whatever we build next is probably going to be when we run out of glowstone again, and I inevitably have to do my my Sisyphus task of getting more. But this is what we're kind of going for with the glowstone here. Actually, I think we'll do something like this instead, where the glowstone will kind of connect to the portals just right there. And then we're just going to mirror the water on the ceiling. And the ceiling shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's the same thing. Actually, it might take even longer, because instead of, you know, digging stuff out and just replacing blocks, I'm going to actually have to like kind of focus on placing all the blocks. And hopefully I have enough these stone bricks to make it. But yeah, as you can see, we have plenty of glowstone to live on after this. 3 stacks and an additional 1/8 of a stack. Lovely. So I think for one, we gotta, what is happening right now? I had a couple mishaps. My keyboard is acting, that is like actually my keyboard behaving really strange, and now it's not doing it. What in the world? What in the world is going on here? I got a new keyboard not too long ago, and it hasn't been doing that, but it started doing that kind of today. I was like playing The Binding of Isaac, and I noticed my character was just kind of behaving very erratically. Like sometimes it would walk forward without me pressing anything, and then other times it wouldn't walk when I was pressing things. So it's kind of doing that. So maybe I'm going to have to take my receipt back to Best Buy and get really mad at them, and then get another keyboard or something. Who knows? I guess we just got to get back to our thing here. I don't know where I am now. I'm pretty surprised I survived that. I survived that on half a heart. That is crazy. I'm pretty sure the armor was the only thing stopping me from dying there, if I'm being completely honest. There we go. Okay, so yeah, right here. So what I was thinking was, first, let's make sort of the archways here, whatever we want to call these, just kind of like this. And we will We want the water touching the glowstone. I think we want the water touching the glowstone, I think is what we want. So what we're going to have to do, or it's not really like touching the glowstone, the glass will be right here. So we need to start with the glass. So yeah, we definitely want to make this trim all the way around first, just to make sure that we're, I think, do it a layer at a time, right? So we don't accidentally mess anything up. And of course, we're going to have to mine more stuff out here, which is completely okay. I mean, it's in the game, it's in the name of the game, and I like digging things, so just gonna have to keep mining. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish this real quick, and we will see about the logistics of getting this thing properly installed, at least the water fixture on the ceiling. Or we can put the ice down. We need to kind of fill in all this stuff, just so that when we actually break the ice, it won't, the water won't just kind of go everywhere. I kind of mentioned it. Well, actually, I didn't mention it. That's why I'm bringing it up now. But you may have saw it earlier. There's like this obsidian down here. Yeah, I was kind of messing with the water over here off camera and kind of just created all of this obsidian down here. So it still creates the obsidian down there, which is really funny. But yeah, we just need to make sure that the water doesn't flow everywhere. I'd rather not create massive obsidian lakes everywhere. Although it would kind of be cool just to have like a massive like obsidian ice thing down, down here before we update, because there won't be any easy way of doing that until way later in the game. So I don't know, it could be interesting. I might brew on that. And my keyboard's being funky again. Hello? What? I don't even know what causes it. It has a mind of its own, I guess. Getting the ice installed now, and it looks like the glowstone or light or something is already melting this stuff, so it's going to make it a lot more difficult to make sure everything gets placed properly. But I think as long as we kind of get all of it placed down fast enough, that won't cause too much of a problem. I'd hate to accidentally like miss a piece and then update the game or something. That would suck really bad if we did that. So I'd rather avoid doing that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of like I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm pretty sure some of this stuff, like in the future, if we update any of these blocks after this version, it will destroy the water blocks. Don't quote me on that. There is the possibility that it won't do that, but I'm pretty sure it will. So we kind of got to be careful about that stuff too. Yeah, I'd rather just make it look perfect now, so that later it's not an issue. And just one more corner here. The side's done first, close to the glowstone I mean. And that should be good for the most part there. But yeah, right now the water can be kind of messed with, however, and it won't cause too many problems. But in the future, I do believe it will cause a problem if we're not careful. So with that, we can now put on the last layer of stone brick. And I think we can wrap this up. I guess we probably need to break all this stuff first, huh? Make sure that it's all melted properly. Looks like most of it was melting on its own anyway. I'm guessing the glowstone is probably enough to make it all melt, but I'm not sure what the range on it is, so might as well just go ahead and break it. But yeah, it is so weird seeing water in the Nether, man. I'm not used to that. That's like very, very odd that is a thing you can do. I'm not complaining. I think it's a really cool thing you can do in this version, and it's part of the reason why we're still in this version. But yeah, funny stuff going on here. Now we can put on this last layer of stone brick. That'll make this build, wrap this build up. At least, actually, not entirely wrap it up, but it will at least wrap the, the center of the Nether hub that we will slowly expand over time. Kind of gets that wrapped up, so that'll be nice, and it'll be a very interesting way. You come into the Nether in version 1.16 whenever we get there, and you're just like, how in the world did this guy get water in here. What is going on here? So yeah, it's going to be really fun. It's going to be really fun, really cool. And like I said, that's the main reason why we're visiting these old versions, is because of these things that you can't get anymore. So we want to get them while we can, and we want to keep them while we can. Some things I do believe will disappear on us eventually. I've mentioned it before, called the flattening. A lot of items go kind of just missing from the game in that version. So we are going to have to say goodbye to some things, but this is one of those things that will stick around regardless of future updates, unless they literally add something targeting those items, which these versions have been pretty much forgotten at this point by the developers. So I highly doubt that they're going to be like, oh yeah, remember when you could place water in the Nether from, beta 1.9? Yeah, I think we should probably go ahead and, fix the water that those guys got from that. I think we should go ahead and fix that. Like, the chances of that happening are just super slim. So some things I am not too worried about losing at all. Okay, so I guess we'll have to deal with the water dripping through the ceiling while we're in here. But that's okay. But I did have the idea of, and I may have mentioned it earlier. I'm kind of forgetting and remembering things that I've said, but we'll do something like this here. And then we'll have, like these water columns coming down from the roof. And then this is going to be kind of annoying, but we need to replace these with just normal stone bricks like that. And then in each of the corners we'll have, these sort of water columns. Now it is going to look a little weird with like the glass behind it, but you know what? It's already in there at this point. So we're just gonna have to live with it. Not really much we can do about it now. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. So yeah, it'll be all right. And with that, the main Nether Hub entry area is complete. I decided to add a little extension to this little area here. After all, this is the only way that it actually goes as of right now, but eventually we will kind of complete this. It's going to be very expensive with all the glass and stone and whatnot, but I'd like for my Nether highway to look, semi-nice. It doesn't have to look amazing, but it needs to look semi-nice. And I doubt we'll put any more water elsewhere in this thing, at least for a while. And if we have another opportunity to mess with water in the Nether, then we are definitely going to take it in the future. I'm going to have to stay up to date and look through my version history logs before I get there. But yeah, water in the Nether, man. Crazy, crazy stuff. So what are we going to do now? I do not know. I do not know. Let me get back to the base, kind of maybe run around a bit, and I'll come back with you guys and figure that out. Actually, we're going to take all this nether wart with me. We're going to make a little farm. That's something we can do in the overworld while we think about what we're doing. Make a little nether wart farm. Let's do that. I'm thinking probably just for right now, I think we'll just kind of, use the old farming area and put the nether wart in here for now. I think we'll build like an actual farm for it eventually, but just for now, the nether wart farm will go right here. And this will let us start getting a head start on potion making once it's fully implemented into the game. We might actually be able to make a, what is it? A brewing stand, brewing table, brewing stand? I don't know. It's called something like that. We might be able to build one of those now, actually. Let me see. I do have blaze rods and I do have cobblestone in my inventory. Good, good. Let's see. So I do believe it's just this. Yep. Oh, I don't know if these actually function very well yet. I guess we need glass, huh? To make bottles. I'm not actually sure. Let me get everything put together. I guess all the glass is in the Nether. I kind of want to test it. I don't actually know if this stuff, these potions actually work yet. So we can make glass bottles. So that's cool. So I'm going to assume that I should just be able to fill it up over here. And hopefully it's still the same. Like I said, I know for a little while making potions was actually done in a like in a cauldron. Oh wow. Okay, it does work. Okay, did it always take this long? I feel like it used to be. I feel like it's faster than this now to make a potion. Maybe I'm crazy. But what do we have that we can make a potion out of? We don't have spider eyes, believe it or not. We can make a longer duration potion with that. I'm trying to think. I don't use potions all that much. Let me go look in my miscellaneous chat. Actually, let's make a potion of swiftness. We can make that pretty easily. I know that uses sugar. So let's see if that works with this. This, we actually don't need all of this sugar, but I think it'll be useful. Could be useful. Let's see. Add sugar to it. Oh my goodness, it does work. And it looks like it doesn't automatically consume the ingredient, which I did think it used to do. And I believe it's what, glowstone that makes it better, and then redstone that makes it last longer. Can we do both at the same time? I'm not actually sure. Let's get both glowstones just in case, because I do want to see if this actually works. All right, this is almost done. And we'll pop in a glowstone, potion of swiftness. Yes. Okay. Glowstone should upgrade it to swiftness 2. There's not really much, like I said, there's not really much point for this, at least yet. So we're kind of just gonna have this stuff, but that is cool that potion brewing does work in this version. I knew brewing stands were in, but I didn't know if this potion brewing stuff worked yet. So this should become swiftness 2. Speed 2 for 1:30. And if I use this, it's going to maybe put it back at a potion 1 with like 5-minute duration or something like that. I don't know. See what happens. And oh, okay. So it goes up to speed for 8 minutes. Okay, well, I kind of want to see how much faster this makes me. Okay, it makes me significantly faster. Okay. Okay, so that's really cool. Potion brewing stands do work and potions are in the game. It's awesome. Yeah. When they were first added though, you made them in cauldrons and there were like literally billions of different kinds of potions you can make because like different blocks did different things, and it's probably a really good thing that they kind of made it simple. But I think I actually want to make a massive obsidian field in the Nether. I kind of mentioned it, but I think I want to make a massive obsidian field in the Nether. And I think that's going to be the last thing we do kind of in this episode. We'll be making our obsidian field. Now, we're going to basically just use a ton of ice. We're just going to throw random stuff in here for now. Man, those those Nether portals are rather loud. Or they my god. Okay. Let's see. So let's get down here, and I guess we'll just kind of cover as much area as we can with obsidian. I guess we'll start over here, and then we'll start with this smaller area, kind of fill this in with obsidian, and then maybe kind of encroach on this bigger area over here, just because why not? Just a whole bunch of water. And I definitely need something to actually get rid of the water, so yeah, we'll start with this smaller area over here. And I think I might pull out one of my old, I haven't done this in a while, but the just the speed up thing, so you can kind of see this really fast. So yeah, I am going to speed up some video footage. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Just thought it would be stupid and I kind of wanted to do it. And quite frankly, that's really the way everyone should be playing Minecraft, right? It's just do it because you want to. I think that should be the general consensus of everything. I don't know. I thought it would be funny, and here we are. Man, it's a lot of obsidian. That's kind of crazy. I guess technically underneath all this is just normal lava, but my god, okay. It's a lot of obsidian. I think I'm going to keep going for a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to do this like whole area, but I kind of want this little like enclosed area at least to be covered in obsidian. What is this? What happened? What in the world? Is that what happens when the ice melts? That's really weird. Okay. So I guess if the ice melts, it just becomes a solid block. What in the world? Okay. And we made an infinite water source. Oops. Okay. That is very weird. Did not expect that to happen. I kind of assumed it would just start flowing, but I mean, that just goes to show you that water really should not be in the Nether for any reason, especially if it's like melting and then just not flowing afterwards. I actually think this is what we'll end with. Just have this huge obsidian kind of area over here. And then for what purpose it serves? None. This might actually, hold on, if I turn this on, are just a ton of zombie pigmen going to spawn on this? Or are they not able to spawn on, or are they only able to spawn on Netherrack? They might actually only be able to spawn on Netherrack. Okay. Well, that's convenient, I suppose. Okay. Well, we have this now. I'm going to keep it on peaceful. Wow, that serves no purpose whatsoever. That's just a thing that we have. Okay, cool. The mega obsidian pad thing. Awesome. Well, guess I'm going back to the overworld then. Well, guys, I do believe I'm going to leave this episode off right here. With that being said, though, I do still have one more plan in the Nether before we update. But I think the update will come next episode into Minecraft full release 1.0, unless I find out that there are just a crazy amount of things that I can do within that time. But let's do a quick recap. What have we done today? So we're right here. We got our Nether wart. It doesn't appear to be growing. I do believe you might have to put glowstone over this stuff in this version, or it needs like a lot of light to grow, or something like that. I don't know. But I do think it might need the light from glowstone specifically to grow, but I might need to fact check that. But most of this episode, of course, was creating water in the Nether, which we did do. We come through our Nether portal into the Nether, and our whole kind of hub area here, which was built in this episode too. All of the water that we have down above us and below us, and of course the water columns. And of course we did this really dumb massive obsidian thing here for no apparent reason. I might need to go patch up some lava holes here and there that are in there. But we did do that, and I thought it kind of looked funny, and it was just kind of a stupid thing to do. Let's see if I don't die. Okay. Oof. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all we did this episode. We also found a Nether fortress. Could not forget about the Nether fortresses we found. But yeah, we are slowly starting to get into more modern Minecraft, and it's kind of crazy to see these transformations happening right in front of our eyes, you know? But yeah, I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you made it this far, a double thank you. Once again, my name is Slappy Burger, and I hope you have a blessed evening.